She doesn't want to be an out-of-state landlord because she isn't sure she'd be able to manage it herself. Of course, she's afraid of tenants going in there and ruining things. Her mortgage, there's still a mortgage on there. That's another reason she wants to sell it, is because she's relocating to a new place with her family, getting a new job, and she doesn't want to, of course, leave the home vacant and have to be responsible for a mortgage. According to her, and looking at photos on Zillow, it just needs light cosmetics, so it is move-in ready, rent ready, and livable at the moment, which is good.
Okay, that's good.
She's also, so when I spoke with her, her mortgage payments are $675 a month. She owes about $70,000. She has it listed right now for $90,000, but when I spoke with her, she said that she'd be willing to sell it exactly for what she owes. She just does not want to pay for a mortgage. She also agreed to a minimum of a 3-year term with an extension if necessary. So from what I pulled up on Rent-O-Meter, I'm not, and you can make your suggestion on if that's a good site to use for
I use
rent averages in the area.
Yeah, I love Rent-O-Meter.
Okay,
love it.
Okay, how low do you go below the average?
All right, so my first question would be, her payment is $675 a month. That's her mortgage payment?
Yes, PITI, everything included.
I would cover the mortgage payment. Well, I would go with covering the mortgage payment first, because she's, she have issues with the property, out of state. She don't want to be an out of state landlord, and she having issues selling the home, right? How long she was trying to sell the home for?
So she attempted to sell a home a few months back, but then took it off the market. She applied for this job last week, and literally the following day she got the position. So this is all happening like really fast, and she's having to move much quicker than she thought that she would.
Gotcha.
So it's only been listed for a few days.
Right. Okay. Well, because time is of the asset, I would just go with covering her mortgage payment. And have you researched how much the market rent over there in that area?
Yeah, I did. So,
okay, what you got?
So I put it up on Rent-O-Meter. Rent-O-Meter was at about $11.50. She said recently she was going to rent it out herself, and she was going to rent it at $9.75. And when she was posting it for $9.75, she's been getting an influx of incoming calls and text messages about people that were interested. So I think that $9.75 would work, but just for safety purposes, I think that we could get away with about $900, $875.
Right. Okay. Well, since this is a product, helping sellers with lease auction is a product that you are selling, and with product there always a price. So I would let her know is, hey, in order for me to do this and do it well and easier, is just to cover your mortgage payment. Will you be okay with that?
Okay.
I mean, she sounds motivated because she selling it to you on how much she owes. So I would just go with, hey, I buy it at $70,000. I pay you $675, maybe let's say $700. Just to say $700. Get $25 a month in her pocket at least in 3 years.
Okay.
So
she
it sounds like
I also want to mention she doesn't want a down payment. She
don't
doesn't want a deposit or a down payment. No.
That's awesome. I get a few deals like that myself. Not sometimes people only care about their mortgage payments. So long they don't pay the mortgage payment, they can care less about the down payment.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's a big relief for them. So Okay, yeah. So where you at with this deal? Like, are you gonna
So
talk to her, call her later on today to make an offer, or where you at?
So we've pretty much agreed to the terms of 3 years. I was completely transparent, open with her about what
Awesome.
I'd
I
be
love
doing.
it.
I told her that we pretty much offer services similar to property management, but our fees don't cost
Exactly.
you anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she was completely fine with that. She just doesn't want the mortgage, burden of the mortgage. So we've agreed to terms, and I told her last time we spoke on Sunday that the next step for me would be just to come out there and take a quick, walkthrough of the house. And then I also mentioned, I asked her, hey, if I come out there and we can agree on price and terms, which we have already, would you be willing to go forward and sign some paperwork? And she was like, yeah, I'm more than ready to do that. So I'm going to be giving her a call, soon after I get off the line with you.
Okay.
I'm going to go walk in.
Awesome.
I'm going to bring some paperwork out there. I'm going to have her sign it. I also told her, just to clear her conscience that it is plenty okay for her to continue marketing it as a for sale by owner.
Man,
As long as
I love it.
what's up?
You got the
Yeah, man,
non-exclusive agreement.
yeah,
Yeah,
non-exclusive.
that's
Yes,
all
yes,
I
sir.
do.
Yes, sir.
That's all I do
Yes,
too.
sir.
Because it's like at the end of the day, most like real estate agents, investors, wholesalers, they will get a property on a contract, and sometimes the
Right.
numbers is not right, or they didn't did the number right, and they try to market the property, sell the property, find a cash buyer, find a buyer, and not end up find a buyer. In the meantime, they are buying the sellers from marketing the property, which at the end of the day, the seller can sue you for not performing. You know,
Really?
and this and and this is why I do it this way. At the end of the day, if I can't find a tenant buyer or a cash buyer or a buyer, at the end of the day, you can't say I wasted your time, because you also have the opportunity to sell the property as well. And yeah, and at the end of the day, now people say, "Oh, why do you do that? Why? What if they sell before, find a buyer before you?" Well, if they find a buyer before me, the agreement is null and void. I'll rip up the contract. But at the end of the day,
Yep.
they would say, "Hey, Ray is a stand-up guy. He,
Yep.
worked
Yep.
hard to find a tenant buyer for me. He done open house. He
Definitely.
made sure I was taken care of in the meantime." So that, reputation, building the brand is more important than losing a client because they find a buyer. I got in this
Yeah.
business to solve problems. A lot of their
Yeah.
problems are solved. I'm happy. It's not about, for me. I speak for
The
myself. For
money.
me, it's not about the money. It's about the game and solving people
Definitely.
problem.
Definitely.
So, as long as you can be like build a reputation, like, hey, this person solved my problem. The money comes with it. So I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I dig it.
Good, man. Like I said, this is one of my first negotiations. I've done a whole bunch of, YouTube watching. I have a few guys here in my area that I, rely on when it comes to wholesaling and a little bit of creative financing. I just know, when you mentioned in your Joe McCall interview that this is what you do. You prefer and pretty much only do lease options. So I felt most comfortable speaking with you about this,
Right.
as opposed to someone in my market that does a little bit of creative financing, but mostly wholesaling.
Yeah. And again, the reason why I focus on lease auction, because I read the book, The One Thing. You ever heard of that book?
Yeah. I was actually going to purchase that book just recently. What did it say in there?
Basically, like we all were taught to be a multitasker. Like oh, it's great to be a multitasker, but what you're doing is dividing your attention like everywhere. I'm trying to make the long story short, but basically, if you focus on one thing and work hard to perfect it, and be an expert on it, then it becomes a lot easier. Not saying that don't do multiple things at once, but focus on that one thing. Once that one thing is good and going, then go to the next. You know, like Bruce Lee say, he afraid. Oh man, I'm gonna misquote him here, but be afraid of. He not afraid of people who know 1,000 kit, but afraid of the person who know that one kit. He practiced that one kit 1,000 times. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
watch out for that kick.
Yeah, watch out for that one kit that he focused on, like perfect on. So that's what I personally believe. I don't believe in doing this. I mean, if a wholesale deal come my way, I'm not gonna turn it away. You know, I mean to me, wholesaling is putting the property on the contract and market the property. But the thing is, it's a lot of work, a lot of numbers. It's finding a needle in a haystack. That's why I focus on lease auction, because here's the thing about lease auction. Lease auction, in the lease of purchase, you can say lease with the right to purchase or rent to own, however you want to say it. You know, they are different in between the term legally, but basically what you're doing is taking a seller who cannot sell their property or need to sell right away or need to do something with the property. They having problems, whether they behind on their mortgage or whatever problems they're going through, or absentee landlord owners or landlords that are out of state. And then you taking buyers who have problem with their credit for many reasons, life, divorce, they was young and dumb. They get their stuff together, but they don't have a credit score to get a home loan. So you're taking these two people and you just putting them together. You the middleman. And my thing is, and people, I got people in my market always talk about buying whole. What all you flippers and wholesalers, when the market crashes, y'all gonna be hurt and y'all gonna be sorry. And my mind is relaxed, because it's like, okay, I'm getting cash flow as well as you, if not more, and I don't own a goddamn thing. Excuse my language. I don't own a damn thing. So, and not only that, like I said earlier, they're always, no matter what the market, remember this. If anybody trash you for this lease auction, focus on lease auction stuff, because you want to focus on lease auction and not the wholesale and flipping and buying whole. Now, buying whole is the end goal. At the end of the day, they'll own a couple of properties in your name, forever. That will be yours forever. That's good and all. But as for people like us who just got started and who don't have a lot of money to easy buy homes and rent them out, this is a very great, if not the best tool to use to build your wealth. Really? Again, let me go back here from what I was saying earlier. There are always going to be sellers who cannot sell and buyers who cannot buy. No matter what the fucking market look like. If it up, if it down, there are always going to be people with problems. And again, I get cash flow, I get a non-refundable down payment, and I get money in the back end, because I actually hold the tenant by your hands. Make sure you do this. I always advise everybody who do lease auction is to make sure you don't grab the first $20,000-$30,000 down person. The first person can say, "Oh, I got $20,000-$30,000." Make sure you pre-screen these people. Just do the rental application and do a background check, and also have them talk to a mortgage lender along with the credit repair team to see if they are able to buy. For example, this lady said she willing to go 3 years. Make sure you put someone who can buy within a year or two. Don't in a year or two, just in case I would do a year. I always do a year with my tenant buyers, but
Leasing.
I got 3 years, 4 years, 5 years with the seller. If the tenant buyer don't buy at the time, I can extend their agreement and say it's okay. Well, let's see what you've been doing. It depends on if they've been working hard. I'll always keep track. We'll do a monthly review of where they at, what they pay off on their credit. You know, and that's me going above and beyond because again, everybody been doing lease auction is nothing new. It might say I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. It might say I'm known to people only know me for lease auction. Like I'm the guru or anything, or I found this new idea of this thing called lease auction. No, lease auction is nothing new. It's just that the difference between me and the rest is that I actually care about the seller and the buyer, and I hope make sure it works. Now people been trying to do a lease auction again. People have been trying to do a lease auction, and their biggest mistake. I always get this all the time from landlords and people who've been in the game for a long time. Oh, I try it and it doesn't work. Well, I always ask them this. Well, how much do you have them put down? No money down, or like a security deposit, or a little tiny more, right? And I'm like, that one, that's your problem there because nobody don't care about losing a security deposit. Therefore, that's why you have problem tenants. That's why tenants would tear up your house and just leave or don't make payments because they only put deposit. They lose that security deposit, but it just equal to the rent, if not a little bit more or less. But people, what I do, I collect from 3 to 5% down of the purchase price. Right? Okay. I'm not good at math, but I do homes from 200,000 to 500,000. Yeah, see, this is why I don't care about college, but I know how to put deals together. I need a calculator. I just need a calculator in my in front of me, but I don't have a calculator at this time. But imagine 5% from $200,000 to $500,000. That's a lot of money, and that's non-refundable. I have them sign a disclosure stating that they are aware, sign and notarize that they are aware they're not going to get that money back. It's not refundable.
100%.
Yeah.
And one thing that you said that I liked was in the Joe McCall interview, and I actually used this in the negotiation tactic is you said you don't necessarily pocket the option fee. You keep it as a reserve in case of repairs, and if in case that tenant leaves, you can continue to pay that rent. And I was like, man, I haven't heard that view or that perspective.
No, because
I really like that.
Because like I say, man, people have been trying to do again. Lease auction is not new. The only thing is they care about the money. In order to do this correctly, you have to put your mindset out. It's not about the money. It's about helping people. So they will take that down payment and just ball out with it. That's $10,000, $20,000. They got from the tenant buyer because that tenant buyer want that home. They don't care if you are able to buy in a year or two. Your credit score can be like 300, 200. As long as you got that $20,000, they don't care. And okay, and I always get this all the time. Well, it's not my fault if they're not able to buy. I done my part. In my opinion, no, you didn't. All right, so let me ask you this: if you know someone make bad decisions, that person make bad decisions in life. That's why their credit score is bad, or not. That's why they're not able to get a home loan. Why are you enable them to make more bad decisions? To me, you're a predator, and you're again, excuse my language. You're a piece of shit. In my opinion, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I understand and I agree. And then you're also messing up the homeowner.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a tenant buyer in there that's fucking up the house.
Yeah, that too.
Not making the payments.
Yeah. That too. Now the homeowner can be happy. 9 times out of 10, the homeowner will still be happy because you give them a non-refundable down payment of $4,000-$5,000, and we can put someone else inside the property. But that hopefully, if you didn't spend that down payment, you can just make the repairs. Yeah, but at the end of the day, make sure you most importantly protect the sellers, because they letting you. What you're doing is you selling a promise to them, and they letting you use their house to make money at the end of the day. So seller is my number one priority. Buyer is second. I still make sure the buyer good. By also, I will make sure when you do this, that's what she owes $675. Pay directly to the lender.
To the lender, okay.
Never pay to the seller. I don't care how much they say, oh, you can trust me, this and that. Now, there's other ways to say it, like, give an example, like, hey, from what I heard, my experience, and what I was taught is these tenant buyers pay the money, pay rent to the owner, and the owner don't pay the mortgage, and they went through foreclosure, and they end up losing the house. You're like, I'm not saying you would do it, but just in case, for my reputation and to ensure my tenant buyers, they need to know that their interest is safe, their asset is safe.
Okay.
So basically, what I do is it's called memorandum of auction with interest, stating that in case they file for bankruptcy or go through a foreclosure, all that equity comes to my company, and then I will get that to the tenant buyer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So basically, if they go through the foreclosure and they sell the property, the bank sell the property, I get all the profits.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's a long detail. I can go. I don't have time to go over, but similar to that. Yeah. And that's the thing. My paperwork consists of, and that's why people come to me for lease auction, to do lease auction. And I just collect a fee. I don't collect the money or anything, or collect cash flow from investors like yourself. Because my paperwork consists of 20 documents, 10 for the seller and like 11 for the buyer. I'm not talking about pages. I'm talking about documents. Now, people do lease auction and wholesaling and all that with the purchase and sell agreement. Again, this is all about doing it the right way. One of the ways, like I told you, pay directly to the lender, and the way you can do that is called letter to the lender, stating that you give them this paper, they get the paper to their lender, stating that they acquire a property management company, right? Your company, and to expect payments coming from them. So basically, again, like what property manager do, they can make sure everything is okay with their house, and I'm not too sure about it, but they can pay them, collect the rent and pay directly to the lender to make sure bills are paid. Where the homeowner don't have to worry about that stuff. I mean, I'm not a property manager, or I'm not a buy and hold, but if I was a buy and hold guy, I would hire a property manager and expect them to pay directly to my lender. I don't want to have to worry about that stuff,
Yeah.
So
one less responsibility.
Mm-hmm. So that's one of my documents that I have that I use, pay directly to the lender. But yeah, from what
I'll get one of those.
Yeah. For what, and again, people ask me for my contracts. The thing is, each state, the laws are different. So I cannot, for liability purposes, I cannot give you
Makes sense.
my contract, because what state you in?
I'm in Louisiana.
Louisiana. So laws over there can be different than laws here in Kentucky.
Correct. And
So make sure you go to an attorney office. Yeah, make sure you go to a real estate attorney office and let them know what you're trying to do exactly, like to the T, and what you believe in, and everything you tell them what you're trying to do, have them like turn it into a document, work it.
Gotcha.
So.
Yes, sir. That is definitely the plan.
Yep, good deal. But any other questions you got for me?
No, sir. Does it seem like it makes sense? Does it seem like this is a problem that I can solve for her? Would you give me the green light?
Okay, so
would you suggest giving the green light to go forward?
So I forgot to ask you one thing. I think, forgive me if you already told me. ARV, what's the ARV, the comps looking like?
Yeah. We didn't speak on that. So the comps is I use PropStream. Do you use that at all?
No. I use a system called REI Pro.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one before. I'm gonna have to look more into that. But according to PropStream, it's at about 110. But just for safety purposes, I usually go a little bit lower. So I was gonna say about 100, 105.
100 and 105.
100 or either 100K or 105.
Okay. I like to be pessimistic when it comes down to these prices, the ARV, just in case. If it's worth more, then great. But I would say 100 to 105, and she's trying to sell it to you for 70. Look, you say Light Cosmetics?
Light Cosmetics, and I will be double checking that today.
I would check. Yeah, I would check to see how old is the roof, the furnace, AC, windows. If everything okay, if everything is fine. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. If everything is fine, then I would say this is a great deal. Get it for her at 70. If you have the money to do Light Cosmetics yourself, do it and sell it for 105, 110, 100. And that's another thing I want to speak out about.
Yeah.
Just because trying to sell it for the property on what the house is worth, or a little bit over what the house is worth. Like if it's worth 100, do 105, and get the down payment. Now, the down payment, the legal term for this is option fee. Always put it on the paper. Yeah, option fee, option consideration. Basically, it just deals. They got deals on buying the property. They got deals on just buying the property. But that option fee / down payment, it always comes in my mouth because people don't like, what's the option fee? What's the option consideration? On paper it said that, but I just like to say down payment so that people can easily understand what I'm talking about. That goes into the sell price when they close, when they buy, when they get a home loan and be at the closing table. That's when you credit that $10,000, $20,000, whatever they give you, into the price, into the sell price. Now, what I also do, and what also made me success in this business, is for some reason people like to collect more than 5% down from the tenant buyer, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, hell, $100,000, and I've always been told this, even from the real estate attorneys and real estate gurus and investors that have been doing it for a long time. Well, if they give you $50,000, take it. My opinion is, again, I'm in this business to help people, and I want them to succeed. Now, if they have $50,000 to put down, $30,000 to put down, but the credit score is shitty, why not collect 3 to 5, which is a good profit, and have them use the rest of the money to pay off whatever the fuck they need to pay off to get their credit score up and buy out.
So they can get the house sooner.
Exactly. Why? Like, why? Again, most people, and they probably don't. It's like a subconscious thing. They don't realize that they money hungry, greedy, or you know. But when shit happens, like the tenant buyer's not able to buy because they put down, they give you $50,000 non-refundable.
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, it doesn't work. There's a meme. There's a meme. It's a cartoon meme, and of a guy riding a bike, and he took a stick and put it inside his bicycle wheel, and he fell and like blamed something else, or whatever. So that's how I see people when they do that. You taking a stick and you put it inside your fucking wheel, and you fall down, and you saying, "Oh, you blaming?" Yeah, you wonder what happened. So that's why I believe in 5%, no more than 5%. They can come at me with $100,000. Now it's gonna be tempting. I'm like, fuck, damn. But I have to remember the bigger picture here. You know, why am I here? Why are we doing this? So that's why I can, like, again, so far I've been in it for 2 years, and I've done a few deals and closed them. Actually closed. I can say my closing rate, like my what they call it, percentage ratio is 100%. Like 100% closing. Like I never got any tenant buyers to not pay on time. That damaged the property, and I got close some. I still working on some, but so far I can literally say 100%, and I'm tending to keep it at 100%. If I get to 98, 99, wow. But I'm trying to my best to say 100%, because again, it's all about screwing them and doing the right thing, and do it the right way. Now, people think the right way is collecting that $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a $100,000 home, but that's not doing the right way. And again, another thing, again, I don't know about Louisiana laws. You may have to check your attorney with this one. But if they put way more than 5%, then if they don't pay on time, that you can't evict them. You have to foreclose on them, and that can take from 6 months to a year, maybe over a year, because they have what they have called the judge would again. I always tell people this: you want to make this look like a lease agreement. If it doesn't look like a lease agreement, then the judge is going to say this is a sell contract. You know, it's not a lease anymore. It's a sell contract. So you have to foreclose on this person. And that person can live rent free for a couple of months to a year, even more.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say. I'm trying to get you as much knowledge here on this phone call as possible.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more that go into this. So, I mean, if you work it right, and that's why I want to preach about lease auction and preach about doing it the right way. Because right now, lease auction, like I still get the side eye from other investors and people. I mean, when you say lease auction, people would like to run away because they think about all the knuckleheads that done it before, and they did it the way that we talk about it the whole time, collecting too little down or too much down, not screening down property, and just or pay directly to the seller, and the seller didn't pay their mortgage, and now they have to foreclose. The tenant buyer lost the house. It's like a fucking mess. So I'm here to try to clean up the mess and do it the right way. So lease auction, because like again, this is a beautiful tool to sell a house if it's sit there on the market, or the person like your sales situation need to do something right now. They need to do something right now. So yeah. But other than that, man, $675 her mortgage. Rent market is $1,100. $70,000 is what you want, and you got ARV $100,000 with light cosmetic 3 years. That's good. I would never do it. I never do less than 2 years with a seller. And I always tell the seller this. Yeah, I always tell the seller this. The goal is to cash you out as soon as possible. It can be next week, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, whatever. But I need 2 years just in case. At least 2 years just in case. Because sometimes it may take more than a year to get your credit score up to date to get a home loan. You know? So this 3-year term you got, I love it. Keep up the good work. Stick to it.
Yes, sir.
No matter how hard things get, you know,
Yes, sir.
don't make a bad decision just because your current situation that will affect you later on down the road. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, man. Is there anything else you got for me?
No, sir. Not at the moment. I appreciate the knowledge you've dropped on me and taking my phone call this morning. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll make the move and
There you go.
reach out
Take
via
action.
text message. Yeah, definitely take that action. And you know, I would reach out. You know, if and when anything else comes up, if I need some guidance. Is that okay?
Yep, that's okay. You can call me at this number anytime.
All right, Mr. Ray. Thank you again, man.
All right.
Have a productive day.
You too. Bye-bye.